Hello, I'm that lovely orc. You know, that one. Just go ahead and leave a like if you're a Lord of the Rings stan and you just dreamed of being one of those cute, cuddleable, that's a word now, cuddleable orcs that were in those movies. Anyway, so today I am building, well, not today, this took me forever, like a week ago, it's fine. But I'm building a DIY eco friendly volcano home. I don't even know. This doesn't have to be at the foot of the volcano, but the terrain paint that I get to later actually goes really well with it and was meant to be on it. So I would recommend putting this here if you do want to use it, but it's not required, obviously. It has stilts and can be put in the water, like whatever. So anyway, I I was catering this to a specific sim because I'm wanting to like put my own sims and their own custom homes in my world because I'm so tired of the townies, honestly. Like, if I see Katrina one more time in my island world, I'm gonna lose it, okay? So, anyway, that's why we have this home for. I don't even remember what I named her. That's perfect. But she's really cute. She's an albino little islander that lives alone with her hairless cat and a turtle I tried to create that turned out really freaky, so I'm probably not going to keep that. But there is a pet bowl in here if you did want to like play with an animal companion. So now that we've got the structure down, I did want to kind of explain my thought process a little bit. I love how the roof turned out. It's so cute, and I wanted it to feel very homemade, like she literally put it together herself. I actually don't know how you would put this together yourself, but it's fine. She did it. She's a superwoman, basically. And I wanted it to feel very mismatched wood tones. You'll definitely see a lot of different wood. And those columns there, by the way, I didn't end up using because I knew I was going to change them out. I just didn't know what I wanted to use because looking for something very I don't know, secondhand, like she just collected some driftwood and it's holding up her house. That's safe. But hey, when those volcanic eruptions come, let's just hope she has a really good foundation. But I did want to make this a very top heavy. Nope, that's a weird way to phrase it, but I guess that works. So pretty much everything is up top. The bathroom and like a woodworking area are downstairs, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, this is a very eco living home, so you're gonna be doing everything outside anyway. Oh, here comes the terrain paint. I had so much fun creating kind of the atmosphere. I thought it really pulled the build together since you're going to be spending a lot of time outside if you do play with this house. So I tried to make it look very appealing and blend in because unfortunately in The Sims, because we only have a certain amount of lot space and you can't paint outside that lot space, some terrain paint ends up looking really weird in the worlds. But I liked how this one turned out. I thought it really fit. Well, when I use terrain paint and I'm too close to the edge, it's very obvious in live mode because it's like creates like this weird like off-colored line that's very obvious. I kind of wish they would let us paint like a little bit outside of the borders just to make it a little easier to blend, but it is what it is. There's far more things to worry about getting patched into the Sims than easier blending of terrain paint. So I'm definitely I did a lot of landscaping, but I tried to balance it out really well because I didn't want it to be overloaded. Oh, there's the pea bush. Sometimes you can't make it inside and you just really got to use the bush, and that's okay because we are here to live a eco-friendly lifestyle and fertilize those plants, and that's kind of the most eco way you could do that, right? Well, anyway, so we are using black rocks, a lot of them, because I figured it looked like when the volcano erupts, you get that debris that is just kind of scattered around. I figured she wouldn't care about really cleaning up the black volcanic rocks because, I mean, she lives next to a volcano. It's just embracing that kind of lifestyle. Oh, I love the laundry area. I thought it was so cute. And when we got our debug items, which I actually get to at the end because it came out the day I was finishing up this build, so I got to use a lot of them. And here I am placing some pots because what is an off-the-grid eco-friendly island living build if you can't grow your own produce? Because you can't just run down to the grocery store. So basically, you gotta grow it if you want to eat it. It's kind of just how it is. Really, a lot of maybe all of the activities, no, not all, definitely not all, but a lot of the activities that came with island living I tried to include because even though this does include quite a few packs, well, actually, I pretty much stuck to island living and jungle adventure and laundry day, I believe, for being pretty essential. Oh, and Strangerville, because I used the Strangerville shower that I loved the idea of whoever lives here, whatever sim, just put it together with items they found on the beach. I don't know where you would find a bathtub, but I don't know, maybe it washed up or something. But I really like the idea of the sim owner of this home really creating this whole place that they could live off the grid. I think it's so cute, and that little sink is completely off the grid usable as well. I think there's a waterfall on this island anyway that you could just go bathe in, but hey, if you wanted this anywhere else, you get a complimentary do-it-yourself shower. I don't know if a lot of people feel this way. I bet they do. That's why it's so popular, duh. But DIY, like a recyclable home feel, is that what is a vibe? Me trying to describe aesthetics over here, like I know what I'm talking about. I think it's really fun and cute, and it really just that's the kind of builds I like to do. I don't like really modern builds, honestly. I mean, I like them, I just don't like
trying to get some
standpoint, and I wouldn't want to live in
style
one.
in there.
I don't like building really traditional builds because I feel like they've all been done and they're all better than what I could do. So I definitely, when I build, try to make sure it's,
but I imagine
just something that could only come from my brain, which. So now that I say that out loud, on your windowsill one day and just flies right in, makes a nest. But I don't mean that like that. I just mean I have a if I'm gonna be putting my time into it, I want it to be right now. And my cats have for the last 2 months have been just watching the bird out. I think they're friends now, but rearranging, that's the word. That happens. Rearranging. I change up the floorboards so many times. I think we do end up with the Jungle Adventures ones because they're really pretty and they look very handcrafted. Definitely gives you that secondhand vibe, homemade vibe. I feel like I'm missing a word here that would really suit this. Oh, I used those curtains because as much as I loved the idea of the sim that lives here just throwing up some sheets she found, I also liked the idea that they would have the capability to make their own kind of blind system because, I mean, they're living off the grid. They have to have the skills to be able to, survive any really hot days, any really cold days, because hey, winters in Sulani actually get decently cold, so you're gonna want something to cover up those glassless windows. Considering almost the entire house is open, which I feel like would be cool for normal days, but the weather doesn't really work like that. What about when a monsoon hits or a volcanic eruption happens? So yeah, you can see me definitely change the layout. I sped this up a lot. Canoe. Definitely need one of those. I wanted to build its own little shack, but it just wouldn't fit, so we just have it out the front there. Working on the bathroom again. I loved the idea of having that shower inside its own little cubby. So working on the interior, I wanted it to be bright and colorful, like maybe the son that lived here would have painted it all by herself, add some character. We have the dining table is outside, which I think makes sense because it is sheltered and I mean this sim is gonna be all outside. Her inside is basically the outside, so you know, what are you gonna do? So the kitchen, we used the off-the-grid stove. Um, Everything I put in here is off the grid. The only thing I am unsure of are the lights because the lights don't tell you if they're off the grid or not. So I'm hoping they patch in where the candles will be working off the grid and a few of the lights that you would think would work off the grid. Because when I did try to play some of the lighting was weird, but maybe I'll try to test it a little bit more, at least the lights before I upload it. We have a few different items around that I felt, you know, kind of gave the vibe we're going for. Like that bookshelf where she keeps her pots and pans. We got some cupboard, and we're adding some more greenery around the place. Once I get the debug items, the decorating is a lot better. Oh, is this? Oh, I think we're into the debug. Yes. I cut out a lot of scrolling because I spent hours looking through the menu just in awe at everything that we got from the new debug update. Those fences, oh my gosh. I ended up using a lot of things from the Brindleton Bay because they're actually very nautical, which makes sense. Brindleton Bay is, you know, it's a bay. There's a lighthouse, there's a lot of nautical themed things, but oh, those rocks are so cute. I love them so much. This is just a lot of me going to be gushing over the new pack, and I wanted to have the working laundry day clothesline to be able to play with, but I also really like the one that came with it. We put some fish drying out there. It's kind of sad, but hey, this person's gotta eat, you know. Oh my gosh, those flowers, they're so beautiful. You know what, that new update was seriously great. And I downloaded the shell collection from the gallery because for some reason they're not in debug, which really annoys me. That's fine. And then, oh my gosh, I thought this was cute. With that sink, I put a pipe that leads down. So it kind of looks like she had to build a pipe to be able to get water up there. Because that sink does work off the grid, by the way. This took a lot of rearranging. I wanted to have a seating area inside in case she wanted to read, and maybe it's like raining outside or something. We have the cute little pet bed that looks like a life raft? No, that is not. What is that thing called now that I'm like trying to think of it? It is a life raft, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. It's fine. And then we're just adding some more shelves around the place. I imagine she is a collector and a little bit of a hoarder, which is quite alright. If you're living kind of away from society a bit, you would want to be able to. I mean, I feel like I would collect a lot of things because what if I need it for later? I can just go to the supermarket and get it, you know, I'm eco-friendly. Oh my gosh. So, okay, we passed it, but the lights from Strangerville I used in the downstairs, and when I played the game, they didn't like turn on, which is weird because they're very homemade. You would think that would work off the grid because it has its own wires and everything. It's strange. But maybe I'm just not understanding what they mean by off the grid, because that would be, I don't know, I'm not about that life. Adding some more terrain paint. I really like painting, especially I don't know, it's very satisfying to come up with something that looks more realistic than just a house plopped on a blank green lot, or black in this case. And then we're using some more debugs. Not here, that's actually came with Jungle Adventure. I used a lot of decorations from Jungle Adventure. It really fit the aesthetic. And then some streamers, those are from Seasons. If you do want to download this, it's I think the only things that are required really are obviously Island Living and Jungle Adventure I use a lot from. So if you have those, I feel like you could really replace everything else pretty easily. You wouldn't get Laundry Day, which Laundry Day is the freaking coolest. Okay, we are in the screenshots. I had so much fun taking these because Oh my gosh, I feel like every angle I got was just so beautiful and it turned out way better than I expected. If you want to live off the grid and have your sim, you know, just kind of an honest living, working, collecting, selling, I think it'd be a nice little place to live. And that's about it. Thank you for joining me for today's video. Take care, peace.